Yay, I should be streaming now. Okay, go to there, go to there. There we go. Magic the Gathering Arena. We are streaming something I do not usually stream. Let's see how I sound. Okay, go to there. I sound fine. That's great. Okay, so I came up with these two decks, and I really like them. First one is a Urian Brew, which, yeah, that's kind of how I like to look at decks like this when I first start them. So I started with Fae of Wishes, Karn the Great Curator with a sideboard plan of them just being the how many copies? Six extra copies of Paradox, Forsaken Monument, Mystic Forge, Aetherflux, Reservoir, and a sideboard hit of God Pharaoh's statue and Grafdigger's Cage. And I was like, I could make this a smaller deck and still benefit greatly. In fact, I don't have to have Urian in my 7. I can have, like, Cosmos Elixirs then. And I could play less lands because of Renegade Map and Traveler's Amulet, which feels pretty good. And then I have Mox Amber anyway to work with Emery and Paradox Engine, which basically makes Infinite Storm. So I was trying to play Mind's Desire, but I chose not to for reasons that are it's not easy to cast, and there's only certain time periods when you want to. So we're down to 60 cards now because I wanted to try this. Granted, Fae of Wish didn't make it into this build, which I think sucks. But I've been thinking about throwing it back in just for hilarity of it being a good card. But I still need to cut some stuff. So I decided to just stream me throwing this deck into the grinder. And yes, there is 3 Mystic Forge. Oh, I should cut an Aetherflux Reservoir. We already have, like, the 4 extra copies in this sideboard right here. Tormod's Crypt, burr, burr, burr. There we go. Yeah. Forsaken Monument is also another 2 of, because I don't think it's as relevant as Mystic Forge or Paradox Engine. And being able to grab these with Karn the Great Curator makes it instantly way better to just hold off on it. Maze Mind Tome, necessary card for getting cards in your hand. We only have 14 lands, but we're on the strategy of Traveler's Amulet Renegade Map, so that's fine, I think. We might want to play more basic islands, but I wanted to play Buried Ruin, and I think I can cut down on that one. We'll try that. We still have our full copies of Mox Amber because 2 Mox Ambers and Emery and a Paradox Engine is infinite mana, infinite storm. Gonna keep that. Chromatic Spear is the 5th through 7th copy of Mox Amber, so that's what I'm doing there. Guardian Idol is looking cuttable. Yeah, it's looking cuttable. We're gonna try to cut that and see if Hedron Archive is better. I don't think it is, actually. We're going to cut Hedron Archive for, what is the thing called? I think we're better off with Chromatic Spear. And what's the other? It's not, I'm not going back on mines, on the Cold Steel Heart. There we go. Because we want blue mana sources to cast Emery. Even though we're basically blue splash deck, we want to be able to cast our spells that are Emery, even if we get very unlucky with our lands. Which, yeah, we can get unlucky with lands and only hit one of these, and that can end up being the death of us. So we only have 10 mana producing artifacts in this deck now, which is a worry, but hopefully having some very low drop, just card draw advantage stuff can get us further into our deck to get a second copy and then start producing mana with Emery. Well, also, Forsaken Monument can just get us Tormod's Crypt to use on our opponent with Paradox Engine, and just with Emery just go off. Which is something I actually wanted in the original deck, but I couldn't fit it with Grafdigger's Cage because I want both in the sideboard. So, yeah, let's try a game or three. We might want to add in Hedron Archive. I hit the wrong buttons. Yay. Hedron Archive at some point in the sideboard instead of Pharaohs, but I think it's fine as is. I think it's fine. It just, we need to hit stuff. The correct number of stuff in the correct way. Okay, this is fine. It's not astounding, but it has double Mind Stone, Maze Mind Tome, and Renegade maps to find our lands. Hopefully they don't just like take a Renegade's map here. They're taking a Renegade's map or a Maze Mind Tome, so that's unfortunate. Renegade map being our land sources, or land drops, which, yeah, we need those. They took our Mind Stone, that's fine. Let's get our Renegade map down. We're going to probably play Mind Stone off Renegade map into... Let's get our land drop. There we go. Mind Stone, Chrome, Renegade map. We want to make certain we don't draw any more lands this game, because we are already pretty flooded with actual spells. That's pretty good, actually. We will want to get that down. There we go. Let's get rid of that. We don't want to land there. That's good. That's really good, actually. That should allow us to go off this turn. We just need them to not do anything. Okay, that works. We can drop our Chromatic Spear. There we go. And now we get to go off. Or at least somewhat close to go off. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So, Mox Amber. We don't get to go off here, but just being able to get Mox Amber off the top is great. We want Karn the Great Curator here, sadly. We are pining for that mana source. Or, well, not mana. Reservoir? Yeah, Reservoir. Ah! Oh, no. We lose this game. Let's go for Mystic Forge. We need that more than the other cards. Hopefully we can get some other spells going from it. Like, we're hoping for just keeping up. Oh, that's okay. We don't want that. We don't want that. We do want that, though. Renegade map's fine. It's not great. So what we're looking for is Emery or Paradox Engine. Okay. This isn't going well. Okay. We can definitely go for that. We want the mines. Ooh, that's a good one. So we need more mana, though. We want the land this turn. So we'll just hope to find a Forsaken Monument later. Which is fine. That's a good card to get. We'll pass the turn. We're definitely going to exile this Aether Spellbomb -7. That's fine. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put target creature card from the graveyard onto your side of the field. We don't play any creatures. That's not too bad, actually. We'll activate this ability. We're past Emery at this point. Sure, we can take 4 here. We're gonna need to just hit this with that. Yep. We need Emery in hand, but we also need mana to cast it. I say we keep Emery here. We have enough life for it to matter. The problem is that we're not going to be able to do anything with that, and they're going to be able to get back Liliana. That's actually worse. Okay. They'll be able to get back Liliana, at which point they can kill Emery next turn. Just the opposite of what we need. Okay. We can play a Karn off the top, which is fine. Let's minus here to get a... we want a Paradox Engine, but we don't have the mana to make use of it yet. So I guess we're getting Aetherflux Reservoir, which means that we can get rid of this. We wanted to get rid of that, so that's unlucky. Emery, because we should just get Emery down. Worst case, we can bounce it. Mill another 4 cards. Like, the question is, are they going to try to kill Emery? If so, we bounce it. Oh god, Nighthawk actually just kills us here. I didn't realize that. So yeah, we are bouncing Nighthawk instead. Oh, we just die. Never mind. We just die to Liliana emblem. I should have read Liliana's emblem. It gives it haste and brings it back. I lost to my own misreading of the situation. The only way I win that game is because next turn they can just bring it back and I don't really have a way of winning that situation. I just didn't have enough mana for that to work. Like, I need to get Emery down before I try to accomplish that. Good job, me. Okay, so Traveler's Amulet, Renegade map, that's good. Karn, that's great. Renegade map first, because it enters tapped. We have Mystic Forge, too. That's really good. I like this hand a lot. It can do a lot of damage here. That's also going to hurt a lot. Okay, so their Affinity. So we should get down Maze Mind Tome, because it's not going to do anything this game. Emery is amazing here. I actually really like Emery for this card draw. Yep. So we're kind of on a, just like a quick clock here. So we have to play fast and win. Because they'll just, like, completely eradicate me. That's looking fine. Let's get a land back as well. Okay, pass the turn. We're going to probably go for that Mox Amber. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Ooh, they're really going wide. That's surprising. I would have liked that to have attacked. That would have been nice. Yeah, we'll take a bunch of damage. Ouch. So that was 7. Then this is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so we are going to die next turn. Probably. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to live here. Karn. -2. Aetherflux. Emry. Hope they don't pay attention, I guess. Like, okay. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna die here. Like, if we had enough HP or health points, it would be very easy to see this through. Like, oh, that's where we want them to go. That's like perfect. We do not care about Karn. So we already have. Oh no. Are they attacking me with everything? Okay, no blocks. We did it. We actually just wanted them to kill Karn. So if we get Paradox Engine, we need like Mox Amber hand, like another. Ooh, that's so good, but it's not what we're after. Like we needed a Paradox Engine instead of like Aetherflux Reservoir, and we needed another Mox in here, I think. And we needed land that was going to turn this on. We can try though, I guess. No, we're dead. We can't. We can't actually go off here. There's just we needed 2 more mana to even try that. Okay, so I do think Sacred Monument doesn't work here. Because it's just sitting in the hand right now. Every time we've seen it. And it does gain life, but that's why we have it in the sideboard, I guess. So what we need is more just good mana sources. So let's look at the mana sources we currently have. Okay. Now, Cold Steel Heart could be the thing that we need because that's 4, 8, 12, which is decently more than 10. And that gives Paradox Engine more room to just spiral out of control. And I think I like that. Yeah. Like, we also just need better turn 2 plays. So we're going to try that now. Okay. This isn't great, but this can get an Emry. A quick Emry down. I kind of like that. Yeah, let's keep. And we have lost because this is a burn deck. Yeah, we're not beating a burn deck with Emry. That's generally a bad plan. Let's just see if they play anything turn 2 because yeah, we're definitely not winning this. Auto pay for Emry there. Okay, that's fine. We actually want these in our graveyard because now we can Traveler's Amulet for land with Emry. But we have to have Emry survive, which is about like a negative 5% chance. Like, Emry will not survive this game. Oh! That's pretty close. We just need... Oh. We had such hope and dreams. Let's Renegade map into Cold Steel Heart. That way we have our blue source, we have a land for next turn, and we can just Karn the Great Creator for something. Probably going to be the Forsaken Monument, because we've shown that we have lots of those. Like, we're going to take some damage, but Forsaken Monument here just gives us so much mana. So we should get Forsaken Monument. And also life. It gives us way more life than I'd like to admit. We can pass the turn here. I think, like, if we get a land, we are in the market, because then we can just gain 2 life and just do a... Oh, come on! We are uber dead now, because that's 10 damage at our face. Or, ooh, yes. That's fine. That's just fine. We're still dead, though. I should just say that. There is no recovering from a Goblin Trash Master when you only have those. Yikes. Yep, we're dead. I think the Urian Brew was more consistent on being able to go off on turn 6, which is not where you want to be in a deck like this. It's probably because of the amount of lands in that deck is way higher. The amount of mana artifacts we can play is higher. Okay. So let's look at this again. Maybe we go down some Karns. Like, go down a Karn. Go up. We want something that can act like Karn. Maybe? No, we don't. We want something like that's just powerful. We want something that is we want mana. That's all we want. We want mana. Okay. We want another good boy to throw into this deck. That's an artifact. That doesn't do that. We don't want another sacrifice artifact, though. Guardian Idol. Maybe we want more Guardian Idols. Like, Forsaken Monument might not be in the deck. We might want more Forsaken Monuments, actually. Throw one in the sideboard, as it should be. Second Tormod script. Okay. So we're at 61 cards right now. Maybe we cut a Mazemind Tome for another Guardian Idol. It's like we have a lot of card draw. Maybe it's Aetherflux Reservoir, because we only want one when we're going off. And then we are going off, so we already have all the stuff we need. And we can go off pretty well. Like, sometimes we use Aetherflux Reservoir to just gain a bunch of life. But the same can be said about Forsaken Monument. And I feel like that is just fine. And we're adding one of those back in. Okay, this is fine. We have a handful of good cards that should get us there. And Renegade Map and Traveler's Amulet for mana. Yeah, this is good. Opponent is taking time. Therefore, I can talk about my goals right now for this channel. So one of my goals is to be making one big edited super video at the end of every month, and then stream a bunch and work on college, which I haven't exactly gotten great results in, because I talked to a college, just they didn't work out for me. So I'm like, that's great. That's wonderful. I need to find a college at some point very soon. Okay, get an island, a blue source on that. So we can Karn the Great Creator this turn and feel very good about it. That's terrifying. Okay, we're getting Karn out. And we already have mana, so I think it's Paradox Engine. Like, it's not great. Obviously, it isn't. But, like, getting Paradox Engine and then another thing is going to feel really nice. They got land. That's scary. Okay, let's get the next thing we want, which will be Mystic Forge, I think. Forsaken Monument or Mystic Forge. I think Mystic Forge is going to be the better option. Let's get the Paradox Engine down so we can just empty our hand of these next turn, and that will feel really good. Oh, that's really powerful. Huh. Okay. I like that, actually. They're going to kill Karn, because Karn is deadly at this point. Okay, 1, 2... Not that. We might want that, actually. Okay, there we go. Traveler's Amulet. Let's activate Traveler's Amulet to get a land. Let's tap both of these. Renegade Map. Because right now we're just trying to empty our library of mana. But in truth, we should probably be going for Mystic Forge right here. This is good. Get that mana going. We don't need that land. Very hard to tap that. So we're gonna draw a card with Aether Spellbomb because we just need to get further into our deck. There we go. We should definitely be activating Mystic Forge, by the way. We're gonna activate Renegade Map to get another land out of our deck. That's not great. Let's play our Mazemind Tome. We can just sort of get very far ahead in this game. Mazemind Tome. Draw land. Activate Mystic Forge. There we go. We have so many lands in hand at the end of that game, and they conceded. That's one of the cool things about this deck. We had all the mana we needed to actually just go off. So yeah, that was great showing of Mystic Forge and Paradox Engine. That's one of the main reasons why I think we can go down on that other stuff. Because we don't need to go big. We're not a go big Storm style artifact deck. We're a get everything out of our deck and win through Aetherflux Reservoir Emry stuff. Like, if we can get Emry down, we just generally win on the next 2 turns because of the value generation. Like, we get a lot of value out of Emry. It's not that hard to see that. Okay, so Paradox Engine is very expensive here, so we do not, I think, plan to cast that on turn 5. I don't think we're going to get to cast that on turn 5. I think we're just lucky if we get to cast it. I think they're going to Thoughtseize us next turn, and we're not going to have it. Ouch. We're going to probably just rely on Crawling Baron then. That's sad. Oh wait, we have Buried Ruin. We can get back Paradox Engine easily. Duh. I'm a fool. It's just that we need to do this on a turn where we have all that mana. Which is kind of bad. Oh, it's not a sorcery. We can do it on their end step. That's good. That's really good. Wazicoltl. That's an interesting name. I like that. They are probably doing pretty good there. Okay. I like that. Let's Maze Mind Tome and just start getting card advantage in our hands. That's not what I wanted in card advantage. We're probably going to cast Paradox Engine next turn if they don't, like, just perish it with the Thoughtseize. Yep, there we go. That's fine, though. Yeah, that's fine. We can just Cold Steel Heart, bring it back. Blue, pass turn. We don't want to use Buried Ruin right this second, but they're brainstorming wrong. My favorite way to brainstorm. People say that you can't brainstorm wrong, and I was like, what? I get that that's a joke, but it hurts. It hurts my soul. Because you can brainstorm wrong. Brainstorm can be a bad card. Okay, so we're getting back our Paradox Engine here. And we're going to hope that it does everything we want it to. Let's see if our Paradox Engine resolves. Otherwise, Emry's going to need a resolve, and it needs to survive. That's definitely not surviving. Okay. We are going for Emry now. Like, I know Emry's not going to survive, but that's fine. Because if it does survive, we win. But, If you ever plan on a creature surviving against a control deck, you are playing wrong. Okay, let's Maze Mind Tome. Karn is way better. I was just hoping for a card like Karn, so this is... that's great. Let's hope it survives this little counterspell they have there. Yep, let's see it. Memory Lapse, sure. I do not like Memory Lapse in Historic right now. It's just kind of been a beating. Like, to play with and to play against. I don't enjoy it. It causes the format to slow down in a way that isn't fun. Whereas Counterspell or Mana Leak would have been much more fun. Because Mana Leak isn't as good in the late game, while Memory Leak is just good every game. Because it slows down the opponent by a turn, it stops them from doing their thing. Like, it just does a lot. And I love that. But I also hate that in a game like this. There you go. You finally saw it coming. Let's draw our last card with Maze Mind Tome. And Traveler's Amulet. Pass the turn. So we've drawn a bunch of cards past them, but we haven't gotten to do anything interesting with it. So that's not great. We have 9 cards in our graveyard too. Oh, your Inquisition doesn't hit this 4-drop. Ha. Huh. Now play your Thoughtseize. I hate it. Okay, so we're gonna make Traveler's Amulet to get our land out of our deck. Play Mind Stone, and we're gonna start beating down with a Crawling Baron. Because at this point, we can just do that, and hopefully that's good enough for winning. Yeah, let's just beat down with Crawling Baron. I'm worried about an actual kill spell, but that's fine. Let's play Mystic Forge so they have to do something about this. Oh, that's fine. Mox Amber is pretty good. I was expecting them to do something about this Crawling Baron, but now it suddenly is just staring at them like, I gotcha. You gonna do something about it? I'm kind of loving that. Because now we get to play Karn? Oh, they have Field of Ruin. That's good. That's a really good choice, actually. Because that ruins my exact plan. Yep. Bye-bye, Crawling Baron. Hello, basic land. I missed my Karn already. Now it's a Cold Steel Heart. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that Cold Steel Heart. That's better. Maze Mind Tome, because that allows us to draw a card. Emery. Like, hopefully that gets something out of them. That's a lot of that. Let's exile a card. That's another Emery. Yeah, pass the turn. Like, they need to do something with this card. Whatever it is, I'm intrigued and hopeful that it isn't a kill spell for Emery or for any of my artifacts. Hopefully it's an actual win condition. Like, I need them to go for a win condition because we have so many good cards in our graveyard right now that it just would be better. Okay, that's a land. Shadow's Verdict. Yeah, that happens. Can't do anything about that, but we have another Emery on top. And a Karn. Let's get Paradox Engine. Oh, we didn't choose very well, did we? We need a 0-drop. Okay. Yep, that's good news. So we have Karn the Great Creator, which will kill them if they leave it around. Because we can just get Forsaken Monument. And, no, we get Aetherflux Reservoir, I think. We have no Karns in the graveyard. No, we do. We have one Karn left in the deck, which can get our Aetherflux Reservoir. Perfect. Let's exile that. Let's draw this. Okay, let's draw that too. Well, this is fine, actually. Let's go to main phase like we should. Let's not play that. We don't need the extra mana right now. Mana. That's fine. Let's just go off here. Seems pretty a good time to do that. Like, we have enough 1-drops in our deck that we can do that pretty easily. With 3 artifacts like this. Like, if we had Astrolabe in this deck, that would be such a different story. Because, oh god, these Chromatic Spears suddenly become broken. Okay, yep. This is easy. We just do nothing until we win, which is great. We just look for Karns. That's all we do. We don't even have that many lands, so it doesn't get stuck very often. Problem is that this deck is too slow for mono red and goblins to ever be a realistically good matchup, which I think we need to work on in like a sideboard game. But because of where this deck is, I think this is fine. Side note, I do think it is actually worthwhile to look at Bridge. Not Bridge. Snaring Bridge would be really good in this deck. What I'm thinking of, though, is not Bridge, but rather... What's it called? Crucible of Worlds. Crucible Worlds for your Crawling Barons, your Imputu Rivulets. Like, that stuff is what I'm thinking of. Renegade map. Play the Emery. Auto pay. Mill 4. Chromatic Spear. Okay, so this is looking fine. We need to cast this Mind Stone next turn. Mind Stone. Let's get our basic land. Play our Aether Flux, our Aether Spell Bomb, and pass the turn. So this is basically draw 2 right now. No, I want to do this. Okay. Let's play Karn. It's minus Karn for Paradox Engine. We do not have enough mana for that, unfortunately. But we can do some other stuff. Like get that Mox onto the battlefield. And Chromatic Spear. That's terrifying. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paradox Engine. Now we just get infinite mana. Yes. Like, we can even be inefficient about this. Which is great. So we can grab Aetherflux Reservoir at this point. Draw with that. We can grab Chromatic Spear. Cast Traveler's Amulet. Get Traveler's Amulet to draw us a card, basically. And then Mox Amber. Like, this is such a many-carded combo that I'm just like, okay, so we just win, right? Yeah. We won, but I don't know if this is like a good combo or a very, very bad combo right now. Because one of the big problems about this is that it's a multiple piece combo that relies upon pieces that are easily disrupted. So that's really bad when you have that kind of a problem where multiple pieces are easily disrupted. Like Emery, if Emery was like actually a solid card that didn't get disrupted, this deck would be amazing. But like we have Karns, Mystic Forge, Paradox Engine. Like these are probably what holds the decks actually together. I think I'm actually going to add a land type thing in here. Yeah, Guardian Idol in the sideboard would be actually kind of nice. Goodbye, Tormod's Crypt. I meant to add a card to my sideboard. Okay, let's just do this again. Ugh. Boop. There we go. Guardian Idol. Salvagers of Ruin is also very tempting because it's probably like what we want. Like if we were playing actually let's look at this. Let's go back. So in this deck, we're not playing as many combo pieces as we should, I think. This gets non-creature. So we can actually go a little bit more interesting on this, and I'm going to clone this deck for that. Because this allows for something fun. So, Salvager of Ruins, I meant to throw into the deck. Salvager. We run 4 of these in the main deck instead of, let's go with some cuts. Aetherflux, Forsaken Monument, I think is easy to cut here. We run 4 of these in the main deck. That's another combo, actually, with Paradox Engine. And gets us to go infinite, basically. Or, in some cases, it can just go very well. Like, and get us, like, Aetherflux Reservoir, Hedron Archives. I think it's worth trying. Let's try it. We can find out how good it is. That's what I'm curious about. What did I accidentally throw in the deck? That. Because this is actually one of the fun decks I have. Like, Salvager might just go into this deck. Because it allows for, like, some interesting plays that I actually really like. It also goes infinite with Emry, which honestly, and Paradox Engine, but to be fair, everything goes infinite with Emry and Paradox Engine in this deck. So, like, just being another thing that we can go infinite with Paradox Engine by having one in the graveyard might be the reason to play it. Versus Forsaken Monument and, like, a Maze Mind Tome. Like, I know that's weird, but I think that might be what changes. Like, we're looking for stuff that can go infinite easily and fits into the deck. Like, none of these things are big mana besides Hedron Archive, and that's fine. Like, mana is not the, like, worst part about this deck right now. It's the card to spell ratio and how many lands we have that's currently keeping this deck from actually going off a lot of the time. So, like, we need Mystic Forge to go off generally. This hand actually has a turn 3 Hedron Archive, which might just be too good to pass up. Instead of a Mystic Forge turn 4. Like, Mystic Forge turn 4 is probably bananas. Just other bonkers. So maybe we're supposed to play Mystic Forge here. But I think Hedron Archive gives us way more uses right now. Okay. That will make another one. This is great for me, actually. Okay, so there's slow deck. Buried Ruins, play our Mystic Forge. Let's get you down. I don't want that right now. Okay. This isn't a sorcery. It is a sorcery type effect. It has to be from the turn that it goes into the graveyard. From the battlefield. So it literally doesn't do what I want it to do. In that way. That's funny. So we need a way to bring that back if we are to go off of that strategy. That's fun. Let's do a card draw here. Let's do this here. Let's do this. That's good. We are going to grab Paradox Engine. Yeah, we needed Paradox Engine there. They'll probably just kill off Karn, because now it just doesn't make sense to let it live. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we have Paradox Engine, we have Land on Top of the Library. They're rogue deck, so maybe they cast all creatures this turn. Perfect. Let's pass to this. Let's go with this. Let's remove that stop. That was not the best ever. Let's try for a redraw. That's better, I guess. Let's play our Paradox Engine because we want to go off this turn. Come on, let it resolve. Like, we're not going to go infinite with Emry this turn, but we are going to go very deep into our deck, I think. And also, we have a ton of mana and Mystic Forge with Paradox Engine, so that feels pretty good. Play this. Okay, Maze Mind Tome basically means we got there. Okay, so we want to do this. We want to take control here so that we can get... We do not care, actually. Okay, let's cast our Mind Stone. Salvager is really good here. We have 4 copies of it, so we can just combo off here with Salvager into a Salvager that we throw in the graveyard. And we have enough mana for that to work, too. But do we want to cast Salvager? Yes, we want to cast Salvager here. Because it's just so much mana we get to make off of this. More mana. Like, the thing is, we have infinite mana here, but nothing to do with it. So, Forsaken Monument would be an ultra dead card. Whereas, like, a Karn is a super life draw. Does Karn get non-creatures? Or does he get creatures? It's 1 target non-creature artifact. Okay. So he does get non-creatures, so having Salvager of a Ruin in the sideboard is a bad idea. Good ideas to remember. Mox Amber not being any color mana or colorless is making itself a very abundantly clear how painful that is. We also don't really care how much mana we have at this point. It's just too much. They've chosen to concede, basically. Aetherflux Reservoir. We're going to just draw a card here. Okay, they conceded. Thank you. I think I prefer the 80 card version because it actually has more room for more interesting stuff like Salvager of Ruins. where the 60 card version doesn't have that kind of room. I don't think. Like, it's close. It's very close to being able to do that. Like, the 60 card deck has the advantage of having Emery every game, almost guaranteed, while being able to also have Karn, less Aetherflux reservoirs, more Mystic Forges. I think we get a cut Forsaken Monument. I don't think it's good enough for this. And in its place, I think we get to go up a Guardian Idol. I think Mystic Forge does its job better with Paradox Engine in this deck, and I don't see it being worse to do this. I think this is just better. Like, we only have 7 colorless sources. 9, 10, 14 colorless sources, meaning Forsaken Monument is more just like a bad Aetherflux reservoir, and we only have 1 in this deck anyway. So yeah, I think that's more interesting. Okay. We're going to try the 60 card version again, because I think it has more consistency. I think that's way more important for a deck than just its explosive ability to win on turn 3 or 4. Or just having better cards sometimes. Oh god. People are just like, why is your PFP, my profile picture, based on Doy's Jack Frost rather than actual Jack Frost? Nobody needs to know that. I just prefer it, obviously. I get to cast Emery next turn. That feels pretty good. Ah, my lands. Oh, whatever shall I do? They're a green-black deck, so this is going to be painful no matter what I do. Might as well just play our lands and stuff. If Emery survives here, I'd be very surprised. Oh, okay. Emery survived. Oh no. Okay. Good job, buddy. We gotta go with a turn 3 Paradox Engine. But we don't have anything to follow up with Emery, so if we had a Mox Amber, we could have just gone infinite there. So they need to do something here to get rid of Emery. Like, if they just plus, yep, that's fine. That's painful. So Cold Steel Hearts. Mox Amber doesn't help. We can untap those 2. This is how you go off. Okay, Mystic Forge. Paradox Engine goes off. Let's get our Traveler's Amulet going. Let's get something good. That's pretty good. Okay, so we just get to go off. It's very hard to hit freaking Mind Stone over there, which is unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna hit control here. Do this. We're gonna get rid of Emery because we're going to actually try to go for a win here. Think we can draw a card here. That's fine. Okay, we're going to just make a ton of mana. We're going to eat the top card of our library. We're going to play this. We're going to eat the top card of our library again. Because, like, our goal is to just keep going off until we win, rather than actually, like, you know, try to have a real path to victory afterwards. No, I wanted to hit my Mystic Forge. No. My 2 Mystic Forges activations. Oh well, it's almost like it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're going too high in life there for them to ever win, even without the fact that we have all the spells in the world. If only there was a Mox Opal in this format, this deck would be too bonkers for it to exist. I love that this is basically all also inside of Modern. So people who love Affinity and Modern could have played this deck. Wait, can I play this in Modern? Mox Opal isn't in Modern anymore, but guess what is? Mox Amber. I guess it's more about whether or not Emry can survive in Modern. That is interesting. I gotta look into Modern again for that. That's not good. So, unfortunately, we are in the condition of our Traveler's Amulet has to get a land, and we don't get to do anything with that land. That's fun because this is why Renegade Map is better on turn 1. Because we can do a turn 2 on turn 2 with Renegade Map, but we can't do that with Traveler's Amulet. Yeah, that's the painful part. Matic Spear. So we are missing lands right now. And we might miss a land drop next turn, depending on how badly this goes. Sprite Dragon, that's not good. That's an aggro deck card. Yikes. So we do need to start hitting our land drops. We are not. Great. Let's Cold Steel Heart, because that enters tapped, and then we can do some interesting shenanigans. I'm going to play the Mox Amber, just because I think it's a good idea to throw that out now. If we hit a land, we can go Mindstone, Guardian Idol. Yikes. Okay. Mindstone. I think I keep that for next turn. Because if we draw a land, we can Chromatic Spear with Guardian Idol. And that can actually get us really, really far into our deck and mana supply. So we're hoping for a land. Like, really hoping for a land. Okay, so they're at 7. We need to hit a land here. Like, Emry also kind of counts, I guess. It almost counts. Because if we could use Emry before, then it would have been amazing. Like, having Emry out just wins the game. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, we're actually just dead, aren't we? No, we're at 1. Land. No! Oh. We died on turn 5. We just missed a land drop. That's what went wrong. Like, if that Mox Amber was a land instead, we would have won. But can't exactly blame Mox Amber. We're playing 4 of them. Like, if we were playing 3 of them in another island instead, there's still the chance that we draw 2 or 3 Mox Ambers, and that's just the risk we have to play while playing this deck. Because we're not playing any other legendaries, because, oh god, why would we do that to ourselves besides Karn? And it's a shame, ain't it? This is a lot of lands, but we have lands and Paradox Engine and Maze Mind Tome. We can get somewhere. As I see that more streams are happening, and I'm just like, oh no, the people that I want to follow are streaming, but I am streaming too. Shame. We just got thought seized. We are not going to get anywhere in this game. Okay, let's get our basic island with this. And then Guardian Idol. So we're hoping that Paradox Engine survives, but they took our Maze Mind Tome, which is how we wanted our Paradox Engine to go off. So I don't think Paradox Engine matters as much as our Chromatic and Renegade map right now. Because in this weird way, we want to go off with drawing cards, and these are the only card draw cards we have. I think we just tap into Emry. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Emry's the play. While they have probably a kill spell in hand. It's very frustrating that this is what's going to happen here. Those were all good drops, at least. Yeah, we have turn 5 Paradox Engine, turn 4 Paradox Engine, but Drown in the Loch is, yeah, that's not going to let us do that. Yeah, they probably have something to make use of this board state, and I do not. So let's see if they play something on turn 3, or they're just going to pass. They're just going to pass. Okay. Let's play Paradox Engine. We want to run them out of cards eventually. And if Paradox Engine resolves, then we have nothing really for it. But it'd at least be interesting. Okay, so Emry's good. Karn is great. I don't think there's anything wrong with our board state right now. We have Guardian Idol that can attack. Let's Renegade map for an island here. Yeah, and then we can Chromatic Spear. Let's play in our Guardian Idol. Those aren't bad. There we go. Like, the problem is they have 4 cards in hand, and I don't exactly have, like, a Bolas' Citadel to really go off right now, or a Mystic Forge. So I need them to just tap out on their turn, play something that doesn't do stuff to my board, and I need to find Mystic Forge, Paradox Engine, Karn, or Emry. I have a lot of cards in this deck that are like that. So we have 2 Paradox Engines in the deck, 3 Mystic Forges, 3 Emry, 3 Karn? Yeah, 3 Karn. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's really fun. That's also very scary because that could just mean they are just going to win this turn. That's yikes. Okay. I need to kill that. So we're actually just going to go on the aggro plan of Guardian Idol Beatdown. Because if they are actually going to kill me, Jace Wielder of Mysteries would be a good choice with the old Tainted pack. Let's go with blue. Yeah, rather scary Jace Wielder of Mysteries combo stuff. So yeah, we just decided to try to take him down. They probably aren't actually playing the combo if they have 2 Inquisitions of Kozilek. Yeah, I'm not worried suddenly. Even if they cast Tainted Pack, I'm just going to laugh at them. Let's cast double guard. Let's use our Guardian Idols up. Like, yeah, might as well. They're kind of bad against, yeah, that's fine. Blast Zone, which is why I'm just like, okay. They're going to die anyway to Blast Zone. I might as well try to just get in with Guardian Idols to their Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Like, if they're going to kill this, that's... Yep. Okay, so... Yay, we're gonna die. I kind of want to add Trash for Treasure into this kind of a deck. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, Trash for Treasure would be so good right now. Oh, we got our Paradox Engine. And now we can sacrifice a desert to mill them for no goddamn reason. It can target us. That's actually really good. We should definitely be playing other cards in the sideboard, like Crucible, because why? It's so mean. Let's play our Mind Stone and draw a card to play our Paradox Engine. Oh, that's so mean too. I think we're just dead though at this point because they're just going to beat in for 6 and then we have to draw those 2 cards. Which, sure, I guess Mind Stone can get us there, but I don't think we can win at that point. Okay. So, I think it'd actually be a great idea to start working on our sideboard. Because by working on the sideboard to include like Field of Ruins in our main deck, we can actually do some more interesting things. So I'm just going to clone that. Okay. So in the case of emergencies, Crucible of Worlds is really good. Not collected, I guess. There we go. Forsaken Monuments. Grafdigger's Cage, Mystic Forge, Paradox Engine, Tormod's Crypt, God Pharaoh. Tormod's Crypt. Okay. They really do like this kind of a thing. Okay. I guess I can just spend a mythic wildcard on this. Like that. And then get rid of that so that it's in the sideboard now. Perfect. Okay, so I want to try Crucible. Because it allows for Buried Ruins to be more interesting. I think that's a good idea. Instead of relying on Crawling Barrens. And maybe even instead of Crawling Barrens, we just go on a more, like, Fabled Passage. Like, maybe Fabled Passage is good. Maybe we run, where is it? Field of Ruins as well. Like, maybe we're just playing 10 islands. That's so scary though for Emery. Like, we want to be able to cast Emery. We are just running 14 lands though. Like, in a control matchup, I do think we are really good with Crucible of Worlds, because then our Ipnu rivulets are actually really strong, and suddenly our self mill strategy has like Field of Ruin to get rid of all their non-basics, which could just be good, and I kind of like that. The big question though is that actually good enough in that kind of a matchup? I think so, because we also have God Pharaoh's statue. Yeah, Aetherflux Reservoir looks pretty good. Maybe it's Guardian Idol that I'm cutting from the sideboard, but I don't know yet. I do think we want one more Karn in this, instead of maybe a Paradox Engine. Like, Karn is Paradox Engine, honestly. So maybe we're just supposed to go like that. And now Karn can just grab us lands, which I think is powerful enough that I should try it. I think I should try it. Maybe I should also try Deserts. Like, Scavenger Grounds could be really good here. Yeah, let's try Scavenger Grounds. I do not have the money for that. Save and exit. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to stream for today. Or for now, at least.